All right, we're gonna hop in here and look at some new weapon refines. I think I have them all. We have 7. We've got 2 Bylus, a legendary, a mythic, a seasonal, a free to play, and a Forsyth. I think that's everybody. All right, let's start with arguably some of the lesser exciting options that we have. Probably, the most excitement I saw was people being really hyped about the Bylus and then also CELICA. But maybe I am incorrect. I don't know. So we got Soul Lance, grants res +3 when unit deals damage to a foe during combat, restores 14 HP to unit, even if 0 damage is dealt. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe, and reduces the effect of deep wounds by half. Dude, that's so sick. We haven't had a lot of deep wounds talk lately. Reduction of, rather. Alright, the refine. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, inflicts attack defense -5 on foe during combat. Foe cannot make a follow-up attack, and also if unit's HP is greater than 50% at the start of combat, reduces damage from foes for attack by 30%. So, damage reduction, a little bit of debuff. We have within 3 spaces. You notice that we don't have a lot of like 2 space stuff anymore. A lot of it's moving to this 3 space. So like drive distance. I think they're preparing us for like enhanced drive skills, where it's going to be 3 space instead of 2, because that's literally the only thing you have to do to power creep what a drive skill is. Like, that's all you have to do. It's super easy. Just make the limitation of within spaces be greater, and you're instantly power creep. This is good. This is actually really decent. This is super decent. You never really know with Valentia characters specifically, but this gives me hope that the CELICA and Mila refines are going to be pretty dope. Because CELICA's kit alone seems really good so far. Ooh, that's short. That's short. That gives me pause. Mercurius. Grants attack +3 at start of turn. If unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants attack speed defense res +16 during and allies within 2 spaces of unit for 1 turn. Bonus granted to unit even if no allies are within 2 spaces. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants omnibuff of 4 to unit during combat. I'm going to start saying omnibuff. Do you guys understand what I mean when I say omnibuff? Like every stat. Omni. You know what I mean? Are we good with that? Do we like that? Refine. If units within 3 spaces of an ally, grants Omni buff +X to unit during combat. X equals 4 plus the highest bonus on each stat between unit and allies within 3 spaces. It's not bad. It's a Grail refine. You know what I mean? It's just a Grail refine. That's what it is ultimately. Astrum, when he came out, like probably for at least 2 months, was like pretty goated, which is kind of cool. So there's that. He's getting +20 to all stats. So 74, 56, unmerged and stuff, obviously. It's not terrible. It's not terrible. I would have liked to see something other than stat stacking, but like, you know, he's a Grail. So that's is what it is, I guess. I think giving him some sort of like nullification on damage reduction against foe would be like kind of cool. But or like even slaying, adding slaying to his weapon might have been a cool option, but I don't know. I guess stats are fine. Big stats go crazy. All right, fair enough. New Fox Kit Fang. I almost said Fox Fit, and that wouldn't have made it any difference. Oh god, it's so long. Why don't we have something to like sum up transformation stuff? You know what I mean? Well, we have that. It looks like she's getting Beast follow-up? What is this? Alright, so we have Slaying. If unit's res is less than foe's res, deals damage equal to 70% of difference between stats. Max of +7. So 10-point difference, basically. I think is what that means. It reduces damage from attacks during combat and from AoE specials by a percentage equal to the difference between stats times 4, max of 40. So, you know, again, 10. If foe initiates combat, or if foe's HP is greater than or equal to 75% at the start of combat, Omni buff of 4 to unit during combat. At start of turn, if unit is adjacent to beasts, we transform, otherwise we revert. If unit does transform, attack +2. And if unit initiates combat, we get attack defense -4 on foe during combat, and foe can't make a follow-up. The refine is at start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than or equal to 25%, grants Omni buff of 4 to unit, neutralizes effects that guarantee foe's follow-up attacks, and effects that prevent units' follow-up attacks. And if unit is transformed, inflicts Omni debuff of 4 on foe during combat. So yeah, it's like beast follow-up kind of. That's kind of interesting. That's kind of interesting. I really don't think we need like the whole beast transformation thing anymore. Like I think you could work out a shorthand to kind of be like Dagger 7. You know what I mean? Like the dagger effects. Like I think you could just have like a beast effect, and then just, you know, use that instead. No follow-up's kind of cool. It's kind of cool. I thought for a second there it was gonna like remove her transformation requirement, which would have been nuts, truthfully. I don't know why my thought process went there, knowing that Fomortis exists, and you know they want you to pull for his B skill currently. But yeah, okay, fair enough. All right, so a lot of damage reduction, a fair amount of buffing. We still have slaying. We have things, Selkie things, I guess, all res based. Which she is one of the few units who can actually utilize distant ward. So there's that. That's kind of neat. What else? What else? What else? What else? All right, these are the big dogs. These are the ones we like on a wide scale basis, I think. Oh, boy. All right, Mila, Nurturing Breath. That is short. That has me worried. Grants defense +3, grants Omni buff +X during combat, where X equal the number of allies within 7 rows and 7 columns. So like a lot. Max of 6, so obviously Ether Raids oriented. Grants Omni buff of 4 to allies within grants Omni buff of 4 to allies within 7 rows and 7 columns. Centered on unit during combat. If foe's range is equal to 2, calculates damage using the lower of foe's defense or res. Okay. So, basically we're self-buffing. And then also ally buffing. And we still have adaptive damage, obviously, because dragons. We get an Omni buff of 4, just with the Refine, so visible stat, I guess. Or just not even visible, just you just get them. If allies are within 7 rows and 7 columns centered on unit, unit neutralizes bonuses to foes' attack during combat. Allies within 7 rows and 7 columns centered on unit gain neutralizes bonuses to foes' attack. So anything she's doing for herself, she's doing for her allies. So, like, there you go. Right, they're flat stats. So kind of like what you would get from like Life or Death. Or I guess Fury. Flat stats, that's the term. Or what I actually have on her right now, which is Fortress Defense Res. That's not... Wow, I have a lot of do. That's not bad. I'll give that to her. I actually unironically use Mila. In ARO. Like, unironically use her. And then, of course, we have our new skills. Mila's Turn Wheel 2. Pog. I gotta come up with a better B skill for her. I guess we could just do Dragon Ball now, eh? Might as well. Done. Easy peasy. Alright. CELICA time. Alright, not very long. Probably fine. Saintly Seraphim. Grant speed +3 if unit initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally. Grants attack speed +5 to unit during combat and deals damage equal to 25% of units foes res. Ooh, okay. 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 I like that. So she's meant to help take out res heavy opponents as a mage. There's someone else that just came out, which is something similar to this, I think. I can't remember who it was. Including when dealing damage with a special trigger before combat. Ooh, even better. At start of turn, if unit is within 2 spaces of an ally, grant special cooldown charge +1 per attack during combat to unit for 1 turn. And also a special cooldown is at its maximum value. Grant special cooldown count -1. Okay. Okay, so we like the 2-turn cooldowns. That's hype. If unit is within 3 spaces of an ally, grants attack speed +5 to unit during combat. Okay, well, I don't really know if that makes a huge difference, but I guess it's nice to have that. I'll learn that. I'll learn that. I occasionally use CELICA in Arena. Not terribly frequently. And then we also had Soul of Zofia 2, which gave her like desperation and also damage reduction, I think, if I'm remembering right. And then she's also got attack speed menace. So I guess we should learn that too. Attack speed oath isn't like that big a deal. Compared to attack speed menace, honestly better. So we love that for her. And then I think that these two are going to be the same, but I actually have somewhat of a worked out female Byleth with Windsweep. So, Creator Sword. We have Slaying. Nice. During combat, neutralizes effects that guarantee foes follow-up attack, prevent units follow-up attacks. Yep. Grant special cooldown charge +X to foe, or inflict special cooldown charge -X on unit. If foe initiates combat or is within 2 spaces of an ally, grants Omni buff 4 during combat. That's kind of big. That's kind of big. She should have come with Oath 4. That's probably true, to be honest with you. That's probably true. At start of combat, if unit's HP is greater than 25%, grants Omni buff of 4 to unit and reduces damage from foe's first attack by 30%. Wow, during combat. If special triggers, neutralizes, reduces damage by X. See, that's kind of like... I wanted that secondary effect to be on Astrum, but it's whatever. It's fine. It's fine. They saved it for Byleth. It's all good. This is pretty solid. This is pretty solid. Obviously, if you're running a wind sweep, you're probably not worried about the damage reduction portion, at least not on player phase. So that's kind of, I guess, makes her more mixed phase valuable, I guess, to that extent. I guess the thought process is she takes a hit during enemy phase, and she's probably too fast to get followed up on. So that's something, I guess. And then this honestly should be the same. So there's that. I guess if you're running distant counter, I guess it works for both Byleths then, right? Because, I mean, if you run distant counter, obviously it's meant to be an enemy phase unit, like Male Byleth is here with his base kit. Okay, overall, pretty good. Pretty good. Overall, I think that those are pretty solid refines. I think a lot of people are going to be very happy with Byleth and CELICA, which are two insanely popular characters. And Mila's is pretty decent too. She became an even better support, so that's there. I think Selkies is decent. I think Astrum just getting stat buffs is kind of lame, but you know, stats are stats, I suppose. And then Forsyth was also kind of like unironically pretty decent. Being Forsyth. You know what I mean? He came out in like 2019, October 2019, I think is when he came out on Valentian Katria's banner, I think, if I'm remembering right. So, I mean, it's been a minute. It's been a minute. But he's also in the 4-star special pool, so like, you know. Although so is Byleth. Maybe nothing's actually justified. Maybe if you got lucky, you got lucky, and I think you should count your blessings there.